So in this video, I'm gonna go over this small little portable raft, maybe a dinghy is what it would be called. This one's by the company EXOCET, maybe is what that is, EXOCET. It's got these two little pontoons that come out on the side right here. By the way, this is a 4-chambered raft. Now, I think it can go on maybe some basic whitewater, but I'm gonna be out here on the lake today and I'm gonna use it for fishing. Now, this one comes with a transom mount in the back, so I will mount a trolling motor on the back. Now, this floor is completely removable. You can pack this thing up and put it in a small bag. It does come with a foot pump, but I brought my electric pump here because I don't want to be out here pumping these things all day long. So yeah, let's go ahead, get this thing inflated, and then I'll go over it and kind of give you my opinion of it while it's fully inflated, because right now, you know what, it just kind of looks like a limp noodle. So let's get it inflated now. Now, these outside pontoons, 3 and 4 psi, so I'm at 4 psi. Feels like pretty good quality material. I've drug it around and I didn't see any issues with this thing. As you can see, almost this one chamber is almost inflated now. So there's one here, one in the bow, one on the right side right here, and then along the keel lines of chamber. Make sure you pop those little things out before you start that, because if not, you're gonna take this off and all your air is gonna blow out. And then you wanna try to line these up the best you can before you get it fully inflated. If you don't have your flooring in, get it up to 80%, then put in all your flooring, because that way you can kind of maneuver things around. If you get it all the way inflated, you're not getting that in. It's gonna be very tough to get in there. And be careful with your fingers when you're popping it in. You see why I just left the flooring in there, so I don't have to do that right out here on the side of the lake. I just folded it up, threw it on the truck, and go. So this keel in the bottom, what you wanna do is get this down to 1 psi. You don't need much. All it is to add structure to the bottom. You can see how it's going in right there. All that's going to do is push all of this flooring into place. Right now, it feels solid. See how quickly that was? Okay, it's officially all inflated up, and let me just go over this thing with y'all real quick. So there is an owner's manual that came with this, and the owner's manual goes over like where to find the whole ID code if you need to get it registered, which you will if you're running any type of motor or anything like that. Basically just kind of goes over how to install the flooring and how to blow this thing up and kind of some of the steps that you need to go over. But you know what? I already went over that with you, so we don't need his owner's manual. Okay, so as far as the length, so 10 foot 8 inches on the overall length from, you know, bow to stern, the entire length. The weight capacity on this thing is 1,058 pounds, so around about maybe 1,100 pounds as far as weight capacity. The passenger rating on it is up to 5. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, which would be the operator, so you can have 5 people on this thing. The actual weight of the boat, like this right here, is around about 120 pounds, maybe more. I can move it around myself. I don't have that much of an issue moving around. I pulled it out of my truck. I drug it down here. No big deal on that. It comes in a bag, so you can put it all in a bag and put it on your shoulder, carry it around, which makes it a lot easier. The rated capacity of a horsepower on this is anywhere from 5 to 10 horsepower motor. A 10 horsepower motor would be a beast on this thing, which is, you know, more offshore. I get it. For me, I'm just going to use anything. When I talked to the manufacturer, they said anything over a 30 pound thrust trolling motor would be fine on this. I have a 36 pound thrust Newport motor that I'm going to put on here, so I don't see any issues. It's right over there. I haven't put it on here. I'm not going to put it on until I get it in the water, so I ain't got to drag it around with the motor on it. It does have a solid transom mount. I do like this. That is a one-way check valve that lets water out and no water in. I do like that. I've seen some of these boats that has this area open, so water was constantly splashing up on you. These little things just slide on after you get it inflated. Pretty easy. They're bench style seatings. You don't need to run 2. I might pull that one out eventually and just run 1 just while I'm working the motor back here. This is all non-slip flooring right here. There are some rails right here to add some stability to the edges. It does have a keel line going down it, so that's always a plus. This is not a flat hull boat. It has safety rope going all around the sides, and it's got a ring a safety ring that's welded and glued into the front and a handle right here. And it does have a tie off, so you can tie this thing off. I think this would be a great boat if you owned, say, like a bigger boat and you wanted to have like a boat to get back and forth from shore. This would be a great option at a very affordable cost, because it's not a boat that you'd use a lot, but when you need it, you definitely want it to be a solid craft. It's got rings right here for tying off. It's got carry handles. It does have these little oars that screw on right here. They're take-apart oars. They're easy to install. So you can use this as an oar raft or a motored raft. So I think you could use it either way. Pretty easy. We'll find out using these things right here. I know you guys are thinking I should take it down some whitewater. You know what? I might eventually do that. I might take it down some class 3, 4. Let me get all the stuff loaded up, get my fishing gear, and let's get out here on the lake, put this thing to the test, and I'll give you more once I get out on the water. Let's move that seat up. We got the trolling motor in place there. Now's where we're going to really test this thing out, everybody. Okay. You know what? It's not moving super fast, but it's moving fast enough for me. Check this out. That's awesome. I guess we can put the oars up. Oh yeah, I don't see any problems with this thing at all. I'm guessing I'm doing maybe 4 miles per hour, which is way better than paddling all the way from over there. I'm gonna go back in that little cove and fish some. It's not as fast as my kayak when it's got this motor on there. I think with a gas-powered motor, you'd really be able to haul some tail with this thing. This is solid. This is the way to do it right here. What an affordable way to get out on this lake like this. And see, I can pull this motor up at any time. Easy, let's go backwards. Back up. Now I'm going to fish just along that area right there. Wow, this thing's solid. A little bit of water got in here, but that valve seems to be letting it all drain out. So I've used the trolling motor here, and I see no issues at all with the trolling motor. You're not going to go very fast with a trolling motor. I think having a 5 horsepower or 10 horsepower like motor would be more, but it would be so freaking loud. I love being out here on the lakes and it's being very quiet. Listen to this. You don't even hear this motor. This is a very quiet motor, everybody. So that's why I like having a trolling motor over a gas power motor. It would go throughout the entire thing. It was very easy to stand up and walk around on this thing. It did get a little bit of water, but the water seems to drain out that check valve. I don't see any issues at all with this thing draining. And fishing out of it was very easy. You've got this rail right here, this aluminum seat in the front and back. Just the amount of gear that I use, I think this thing is fine. And then having the rafts, I mean the actual oars right here, I can't hold the camera and let me get out of these trees, but having these oars right here helps out a lot too, because you know what, if your motor dies, you always go over to the oars. This is my first time using something like this out on a lake. I've been in rafts on the river, but I've not been on one here like this, especially with an aluminum floor that I can walk around on. Look at this, don't this look awesome? It is super quiet out here. There's nobody out here. I can sit here, I can pack me a lunch, I can be out here all day fishing. Might not use it a lot over my fishing kayak, but I could easily see pulling it out from time to time. I think this would be a great option for anyone that just needs to have a good 2-person, 3-person raft that they could get out for a day, fish, stay dry, hang out on, and then fold it, deflate it, fold it up, throw it in the trunk of a car or a back of a truck, and then go home. And your gear is just, and you pack this thing down in a shed like it's nothing. So yeah, I will leave links below where you can pick up one of these kind of, I guess, aluminum floored rafts or any other gear that I'm using in these videos. So there it is, everybody. That's all I got today on the EXOCET fishing raft. See y'all in the next video.